1-800-428-1570. The Health Alert Hotline. 1-800-428-1570.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. My name's Frank Perez. Of course, I'm going to be joined by my co-host, Oklahoma Brian. Right off the bat, folks, I want to say sorry about the disaster yesterday. We know we're back in studio. We tried to broadcast from a remote location. Obviously, that went over about as well as Apollo 1. So forgive us for that. We're back. We got a lot of energy. We're ready for a great show. Before I bring on, well, Brian, you can come on because I just wanted to recap the 4 selections we had yesterday in case the folks weren't listening to it. We had Florida Rick came in with Detroit +6, a winner. He had West Virginia +4. That was a winner. They lost by 3. We'll take the money. I gave out Minnesota over 214.5. Because remember, I gave the thing how it went down 7 points. That won. And then you felt just a little bit shy on your Dallas over. But all in all, a pretty good day for Fifth Street Sports. And we're ready for a good, energetic show, brother. We're back. No more. We're not going to foul off any more pitches today, pal.
If that was Apollo 1, what would today be? Is it too early to call it?
No, today, buddy, is going to be just like when you saw Neil Armstrong and those guys saying, you know what, it's one small step, but one huge step for mankind, my friend. We're landing on the moon today.
I love it. All right. I can already tell. Sounds a lot better already.
Oh, yeah. You know, that was, I mean, gosh, I wish it would have worked because I could have actually did the show in like my pajamas with my little dog on my lap. So now I actually have to get dressed and get on the freeway like all the other Americans, you know?
You got to put pants on. That's the ultimate test of
pants on, drive to the studio. When Nick came over and set it up at the house, I go, this is sweet, baby. I can sit here, have a cup of coffee, have my little puppy on my lap, my pajamas, my T-shirt on, be just like Brian. But that went over. Like, have you ever seen those shows when like Fox or Fox or CNN is trying to contact like Ampur and she's in Syria and they're talking and that's just about how it went over. But we got a great show today, guys. We're going to turn this baby around. And when we get back here, we're going to start off. We got 3 great segments. Of course, the last one's always going to be our picks and selections. So stay tuned. We got to take a small time out. Fifth Street Sports. Don't go anywhere. Right back with a great show for you.
Hey, it's Ron Barr. The new year is here, so what's your New Year's resolution? If you're planning to be healthier, it all starts with a good night's rest. Right now, MyPillow's Christmas special has been extended. When you go to MyPillow.com, you'll find the lowest price MyPillow has ever offered for their 4-pack. It includes free shipping. That's right, you heard me right, free shipping. You also will get their 60-day money-back guarantee that's been extended through March 1st. First, best price ever, free shipping, extended money-back guarantee, and a good night's sleep. What else do you need? So go to MyPillow.com, click on the Christmas special, and use promo code BARR. That's BARR. You'll get 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Again, go to MyPillow.com, click on the Christmas special, and enter my promo code BARR. I have a MyPillow, and I love it. No neck or backache, just a nice, fitful sleep. So check it out, MyPillow.com, promo code BARR.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. We're also on the American Forces Network, and you can find us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports. My name's Frank Perez. I'll be joined with my co-host, Oklahoma Brian, in the third segment. Well, of course, we'll have Florida Rick in with analysis and selections. But, guys, today, Brian, I was just thinking about this. Monday, we have actually like the college football, I would say, Super Bowl. It's going to be the old Alabama and Clemson. It seems to be a ditto every year. It's like Groundhog Day, Groundhog Game. But that's a big game. What do you anticipate happening in a game like this?
Yeah, it's a tough game to handicap. I imagine I'm probably going to like Alabama in the first half. And I'll wait to see for more accounts to come in. But if I had to guess, the line's 6 right now. That seems like about where it should be. I'm going to say, if I had to put a gun to my head right now, and please don't, but if I had to pick, if I had to pick the way the game goes right now, I'd say I like Alabama first half. I think they maybe come out to a nice commanding lead, and then Clemson finds a way to get back. And I think the game, I think this is a game that figures to land around the number potentially. I think this is a good game for middlers. It's a kind of game you could see some bookmakers with opinions potentially on the game. So even if the game is 6.5 across the marketplace, you could see guys kind of depending on where their customer base is located or what kind of business they're getting, maybe stick their neck out and maybe stretch Alabama out to a 7 or a 7.5 point favorite. I'll tell you what's really interesting though, Frank. It's going to be a phenomenal game on TV. The ratings are going to be through the roof. As football fans, we're all looking forward to it. But have you been paying attention to the ticket prices of this game?
No, I was curious because you know how things get peaked and blown up and people are all, in a frenzy to see certain events and things. Since this is like, Groundhog Day when it comes to the NCAA championship game, are these prices like still in as hot demand as they were since they're seeing the same thing over and over?
So I don't think that's necessarily a huge – the answer is no. The tickets are a disaster. I don't know if it's so much of the fact that it's Alabama and Clemson again. If you put this game in Atlanta, it would be one of the best tickets ever. But the game is being played all the way on the West Coast, so 2,000 miles away from each one of these fan bases, and the tickets are absolutely cratering. The lowest face value of any ticket to get you in the building, face value, was $475 when the tickets originally went on sale. Now you can get that same ticket for close to $100.
Wow!
And the prices are on their way down. It's absolute Armageddon for ticket values, and it's interesting. The first conclusion you might have is that ticket brokers are losing money, and some are actually making quite a bit of money. The the way these things typically are bought and sold with ticket brokers is they know that historically, even in good venues, the prices on tickets tend to drop off as we get really close to the game. And so typically these ticket brokers will take as many orders as they can throughout the calendar year. And they tell the purchasers that you've got to pick your tickets up, say, a week or so before the game. And they, it's a calculated game. It's a commodities market. So these ticket brokers are essentially selling the tickets to people, 9 months in advance, a year in advance. They go ahead and obtain the tickets, though, in this last week. And so for the guys that played it right, it's an absolute bonanza for some ticket brokers. But it's just like any other commodity market. When you have a wild swing in prices, some guys are going to get hurt. Some guys are going to do well. There's only been one event since we've been playing, the kind of high stakes national championship format that we're in, or in this similar to this current format, where the tickets actually spiked the week of the event, and there was a scarcity of tickets, and that was the Auburn-Oregon game that took place in the Rose Bowl about 10 years ago. That was that particular game sent a lot of bookmakers. I'm sorry, not bookmakers, but ticket scalpers out of business because they simply couldn't come up with the tickets they needed that they had already sold during the year. So.
Wow, so you're going to tell me that face value tickets that were $475 for essentially the college football Super Bowl are going for $100. So, I mean, how unpopular, but how rich would you be if you were the guy, if let's say a year ago said, listen, there's two things that I want to do this year. I want to short Bitcoin and I want to short the college football championship game tickets right now. They would have said, are you crazy? Bitcoin's 19,800 and you're talking about Alabama and some big school. These tickets, you're going to be able to scalp them for twice as much. You'd be, they're going to think that you do cold fusion and split the atom on your spare time, right?
Yeah. And you know what else doesn't help is that these teams only have a 1 week turnaround time from the time they win the semi-championship game to the time that they're in the national championship game. You've got 7 days. So think of how difficult it is to fly over the holidays and how expensive tickets are. That's an additional barrier now that you've thrown into the playing field, where these fans now on December 30th, December 31st, they all of a sudden realize that their team's advanced to the national championship game. They've got to go all the way across the country. It's not surprising that you're seeing this kind of drop off. And it makes you wonder, should we only be playing the national championship game in the South, since we typically are going to have, at least in the current format, teams from the South exclusively, or at least one of the teams, our Southern teams, every year in the championship.
Yeah, but you know how us Americans like we always seem to make mistakes, but we learn and we learn to adjust. But so after seeing a $475 ticket turn into a $100 ticket, do you believe like Americans next year, when it comes time to start buying tickets for this game, will say, nah, I ain't going for that, baby. I ain't going to get burned again on this? Or do you think they'll just keep buying them?
I think that's only an issue really for speculators. I think the public doesn't even know, isn't even aware of what the face value is on these tickets.
Wow. But how
I
do
think
you
play the game at a good city? I think you'll get great response, and ticket prices will be through the roof again.
So why would the NCAA, you're so right, because of the region. Why in the NCAA would you want to schedule a let's say a college national football championship game in California? Did they think like anybody from the Pac-12 was going to actually get close? Or that you're absolutely right. You're absolutely. It should have been near SEC or Big Ten territory.
Closer to SEC.
Yeah, a lot closer.
Big Ten's not really a factor these days. And it makes you wonder that this will be one of the things they talk about on Monday when the college presidents get together and discuss this prospect of expanding the playoffs from 4 to 8 teams.
Yeah, that would be equivalent to me of saying, let's say like the guy who was in charge of hosting the high school college basketball championship, and they put it like in Long Island. What's the chances of a nice little high school Jewish team being in the finals of the college basketball, championship game?
At least you're regionally in a strong basketball area. Yeah, I don't know. It was a questionable decision, but at the same time, who knows what went into that. It's going to be a phenomenal TV event. And that's really where most of the money is.
I mean, we got 20 seconds, but I just wanted you to elaborate a little bit how on a terrible market, by shorting, by this thing going from 475 to 100, how these ticket brokers can actually make money on such a terrible, terrible market. I don't know how they do it, but if you have any insight when we come back from this break, share that with us, because how do you make money from disasters in ticket sales? That's interesting. Fifth Street Sports, you guys, we'll be right back. Got to take a small timeout.
Attention business owners, now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down, 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, joined by Oklahoma Brian. We're on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network. You can find us on the American Forces Network, iHeart, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere. We're all over the place, and we're constantly working to improve and have an entertaining show for you. But Brian, when you closed out the last segment, I kind of wanted to start with a little bit of the strategies on how ticket sellers can make money in a shorting market. But maybe you might want to keep that to yourselves. Your ticket broker pals might not like you releasing that strategy. So what we can do is let's. I mean,
that's real simple.
Well,
it's real simple. They sell the tickets way in advance when the perception is that they're going to be expensive tickets. They know from historical data and past events what, depending on what day of the week is, where the game is, all kinds of variables. They're able to kind of predict where they think the price is going to end up, and they basically acquire the tickets after the market is cratered, and then they customers ultimately take delivery kind of at the last second. So it's the same analogy as shorting a stock, right? You sell the stock that you don't own, but you're obligated to produce that stock and give it back to your broker, at a certain specified time. Same thing takes place in the ticket industry, and it allows them with limited capital to be able to be involved in games throughout the year, because they're not having to spend all of their money, to buy tickets that are a month out, 6 months out, 4 months out. That they're actually able to do tremendous events at relatively low, with low amounts of capital.
So it's another one of those things like you got to know what you're doing. Well, briefly, before we go to the NFL, I wanted to ask you a question. Of the 4 teams that were left in the finals, which do you think would have been the most attractive as far as ticket sale prices and interest of the matchup? Or is this the most, would you say the best matchup for sales and interest?
For TV, there's no question. It's Alabama-Clemson. You wonder, would Notre Dame have traveled well out to the West Coast? Notre Dame goes to the West Coast every year at least one time, right? They have the SC and the Stanford games are rotated, so they're out there one or the other. This year, Notre Dame was on the West Coast twice. They played the Navy game in San Diego, I believe, out there. So, would Notre Dame fans have made a difference? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think. I think if you ask the organizers of the games and the NCAA, that
they got the right matchup.
They got the right matchup for TV. It's all about TV.
Well, now speaking of matchups, we got 4 NFL starting this week, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. I think these games are going to be phenomenal. What's your take on these games and all the situations in them?
Yeah, it's like we've said up until this point that these are going to be great games for Wongs, right?
Oh yeah,
they're set up so that we've got at least 3 of the games fit the Wong criteria, and they all 4 of them look like they'd be fun games to go to. I know you're not really a big fan of attending games in person. You're not really eager to put up with all the BS that comes with parking and being around huge amounts of people. But if I gave you a free ticket to one of these games, of these 4 NFL games, which would you rather attend?
Well, first of all, let me make my disclaimer. As far as NFL games go, for me, fighting the traffic and then the lines to take a leak, to use the bathroom and all the boring commercial breaks while you're sitting there and just that whole thing, that's a big turnoff for me watching NFL games live. But if you told me I have free tickets and come on, help me out, I'm your buddy, which game would you go to? I would definitely go to Soldier Field in Chicago. And only for this reason, because I would have to put this on one of my reverse bucket list things. Whenever because I'm in Vegas, so there's been many times when we watch these games at Lambeau Field or Soldier Field in January, and we're watching the people with complete face masks on, with the breathing in that air, and then they're telling you to wear double gloves for the frostbite, and you're fighting, and you're watching everybody shaking, and we're out there barbecuing in Vegas, and many times, I've seen this, and I say, wow, look at that. So I would go to Soldier Field in Chicago only so that I could say, whenever I've seen that on TV, it was kind of like when you watch the Animal Planet or the Discovery Channel, and you see a guy say, "I'm gonna strap a bleeding seal to my back and swim through shark-infested waters," and you watch him do this, and when he's done, you say, "Why would anybody want to do that?" Well, on my reverse bucket list, I would like to just see myself in the stands one time after facing the parking. And then imagine trying to take a leak in that weather and the boring timeouts and everything out there in minus 15, shaking with that whole thing. I'd like to just I could tell my buddies, I did that.
Would you be the guy without the shirt?
Oh no. No, I could. Plus, my nipples are too sensitive. I would never do that.
Maybe that's our ticket to getting Fifth Street some kind of attention. Is we all go shirtless and ride out Fifth Street on our subs.
Never. But I mean, how much would Nick have to pay you? You know, because as far as Nick right now, I got it. He's right up there with Kamitsky to me. I mean, you know, this guy as far as being tight with the paying us. How much would Nick have to pay you for you to put on Fifth Street paint on your back or your chest and go out there to Soldier Field and, you know, with no shirt on?
A lot, yeah.
A lot, right? Well, how about you? I mean, now, so that's mine because I would want it on my reverse bucket list. Where would you go?
So I've actually been to 3 of these stadiums. I've been to Houston, I've been to Dallas, and I've been to Soldier Field. So I might be. And let me just tell you, going to Soldier Field is brutal for it. I can't think of a worse stadium for parking. It's like you're walking for a half hour just to get, like, from the best parking you could possibly get. It seems like you're walking forever. You're walking under tunnels. It's like they've hidden the stadium somewhere. You can't find it. Your first time, you think it's a joke. You have to walk so long. I've been there. I've been to Jerry's World. Jerry's World. It's about $100 to park. That's enough to make you not enjoy the game. And actually, the Houston Stadium is a really nice setup. It's got really convenient light rail running right up to the stadium. But I would have to go with the Chargers-Ravens game. I think that's going to be the most exciting game of the 3 games. I expect drama. I actually kind of like the Chargers in that game. And I grew up actually going to Baltimore Colts games. When I was a kid, we were so – well, I can't say that we were that poor. Nobody could afford to go to Redskin games. They were sold out and unbelievably expensive. So the only way that me and my friends and parents, relatives could go to games would be to drive to Baltimore because the tickets were virtually free at Colts games. But I haven't been to a game in Baltimore since the Colts left and the Ravens came to town. So that would be that'd be my pick.
You know, you mentioned that. I actually lived in Bowie, Maryland. That was my favorite ballpark. Even though I'm a Cardinal fan, that was my favorite ballpark. Was on like Memorial Stadium there on 33rd Street, and I've got 2 lifetime foul balls there. I got a home run by Tartabull and a foul ball by Mike Devereaux with my kids. So they thought I was, forget it. I was, oh my God, I can't believe my dad caught a home run by Danny Tartabull right in my glove. So Memorial Stadium does have special meaning to me. But, gosh, when you mentioned that about Soldier Field, you were adding more agony to it on the parking, $100, 30 minutes away. Yeah. That would even make it more exciting to me because I would want the full torture on my on my bucket list. But I got to tell you, though, you know what I think I would do is if you invited me out there to that game, I'd get there 3 days ahead because the food in Chicago, the deep dish pizza and all that stuff's got to be phenomenal. But when it came game time on Sunday, I would probably chicken out and say to you, listen, I don't feel good. I'm faking the flu. I would fake the flu or do something, but trying to get out of it. It's like, when your buddies say, let's climb this huge mountain and you're ready to do that stupid thing. And then at the end you say, my back hurts. I would definitely, but wouldn't you want to go to Chicago for deep dish pizza and all that stuff?
And nobody loves Chicago food more than me, but I got to disagree on the deep dish pizza. You can have the deep dish pizza.
Really?
I think it's right up there with Cincinnati chili. It's an abomination.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what I like is the Chicago Italian roast beef sandwich. That's my go-to Chicago item. Yeah. So and I guess this is the ultimate rivalry, right? We've got Philly cheesesteak versus Italian roast beef in this particular matchup.
So I would want to say that, so that no matter what happens, every time you're in a bar for the rest of your life or with your buddies and you see these people at Lambeau or Soldier Field or watching a game up in Buffalo, and you say to yourself, what? Who would do that? You can say, I did that. I actually did that. And I paid Now, let me tell you, when you say $100 to park, can't you Uber to the game?
Yeah, well, yes and no. And okay, it was Dallas it was Arlington where the $100 parking is, and it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So, and the Uber prices get jacked up around events. The traffic's bad. There's no real way to solve that. Chicago, you can get kind of close with an Uber. You still have to walk a bazillion miles. Hey, I know we're up against the break.
Yeah.
When we come back, I want to ask you which of these venues you think is the cheapest ticket and the most expensive of these 4 NFL games.
You got it, folks. We'll be right back. We're going to also have Florida Rick joining us. So stay tuned. Fifth Street Sports.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports, and this is the money segment of the show. This is when we bring in many times our favorite Florida Rick. as a co-host with Oklahoma Brian, and this is the part of the show where we give out our selections, our picks, analysis, stuff you can go to the bank with. So, Rick, welcome aboard, brother. Nice to see you.
Hey, Frank, it's nice to be back. I feel like watching on the sidelines here. I feel like the backup quarterback, where I'm finally getting my chance to perform now. I'm I'm coming in late in the game, to lead the last drive to get the victory.
Well, but this is the money segment, buddy. So yesterday, after the disaster we had with our audio and everything else, we're putting that behind us. We're thinking about it like when you were in high school and you couldn't wait to ask a beautiful girl out, and the next 20 words out of your mouth were so regrettable you didn't even want to think about it. That's how we're thinking about yesterday's show. So, by the way, yesterday, great picks with Detroit +6. Then you had West Virginia +4.5. We got there. And then you we doubled down when you liked my Minnesota over in Boston. So today, what do you got on the iron today?
Yeah, so undefeated day yesterday. It was exciting. We both loved that Boston game when the line moves that much, and also it was one of those games we talked about before with Kyrie Irving being out. Celtics probably that first game a good play to take them. When their star's out, they seem to always play well that first game when the star's out. But all right, yeah. Anyway, getting on to tonight, there's only a few NBA games tonight, and I have one play. Kind of interested to see what you guys think of the game. It's Kawhi Leonard's return to San Antonio. So Toronto's playing at San Antonio. Kyle Lowry's been out for a couple weeks now. He's questionable to return tonight. If he does, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, at least in this game. So what people aren't talking about is, okay, yeah, it is Kawhi Leonard's return to Toronto, but it's also, DeMar DeRozan's shot against his old team too. They kind of had a big falling out over there too. San Antonio's been playing great. They're at home. LaMarcus Aldridge has been on fire. Like I said, I mean, the Toronto's needed Kawhi Leonard to be scoring 40, 45 points a game to get their wins. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I think San Antonio is a very good bet tonight at -2 at home. I think the line's low, and I expect San Antonio to come out, guns a-blazing. And so that's my one NBA play for the night. Do you guys agree? Do you have any opinions on it?
It's funny, we didn't discuss this game ahead of time. I wanted to see where you were on this game. That's exactly the play that I have tonight is San Antonio at home, leading to Toronto. A lot of exciting storylines. It's not like the Houston Golden State game is chopped liver either. That's an interesting game in its own. Do you lean one way or the other in the Golden State game?
Yeah, I mean, I'll always have the slightest lean, like if you give me a free bet in the game. And Chris Paul's out. He's still out for probably another week or so. Eric Gordon's going to miss this game too. Houston's just really shorthanded. With Harden, they're going to need Harden to put up another 50, 55 points if they want to remain in this game. They're punting Capella to put up 20 and 20 rebounds. They're just shorthanded with right now. And I actually kind of like Golden State laying the points at home here. 8 points seems like a lot. Golden State hasn't been playing great. Cousins isn't back yet. He should be back probably the next week or possibly the week after. But I would lean Golden State, but I don't think it's worth a bet. But if you gave me a free bet, or as you said earlier, if you put a gun to my head, which I'd prefer you not do, but if you did, I would only take Golden State. But that's not worthy of me giving it out as a play. The only play I'm giving out tonight in the NBA is San Antonio.
Wow. Do you have anything that you like in college basketball tonight?
Yeah, there were a couple of college games that I like. We didn't really get to discuss it yesterday because obviously the audio was so bad and I was only on for a short time. But I do like, once we get into conference play, I like some of these home dogs in conference, especially when you see juice moving in their favor, you see sharp counts on them. And there's two plays tonight that I think fall in that category. And I'm going to give you the game numbers here in a second, along with the games. The first one would be game 618 Towson, +7.5, +8 at home against College of Charleston. Again, this is just looking at line movement and, playing home conference dogs in the beginning of the conference season. And then the other one, which I noticed, was game 626 Oakland, +4.5 at home. another conference game against Northern Kentucky. And now that we're talking about Northern Kentucky, do you guys know the Northern Kentucky nickname? Because off the top of my head, I have no idea what it is.
No. For $1 million, I would use about 2 lifelines for that one.
I don't even have a guess. I don't even know.
So Towson is what, getting 7.5 to 8? How about you,
Yeah,
Brian? Brian, like you're pretty good in the academics. What's the Northern Kentucky nickname?
This is a shot in the dark. Are they the Norsemen, maybe?
No.
You know what? I think you might be right. Now that you say that, I think that might. Oh, wait. You know what? I got to look this up because
we'll look it up during the
driving me
commercial.
crazy.
So, Frank, do you have anything you like in college basketball?
Yes, I certainly do. Hang on a second because I just want to get this. I want to get this fine-tuned. Rick, we like San Antonio in the NBA, Towson, and Oakland in college basketball, right?
Correct. Yes.
Is that right? Me, myself. Now, I don't. Now, there's no laughing. Okay, this is who I like. I like Loyola, Maryland, getting 5.5, 6 at home against Holy Cross, and only. Now, I'm not superstitious or nothing, but I refuse to lay points on the road. So if I'm not going to lay points on the road, I'm going to take the points at home. I refuse to lay points on the road in basketball with any team that starts off with 3 words: holy, saint, or sacred. So when Holy Cross is laying 5.5 points on the road, I'm going to take the home team. I don't. It's just my intuition in basketball. When you have teams named St. Francis or Holy Cross or Sacred Heart and everything, and they're laying points on the road, I take the home team. That's me.
That's interesting. Very scientific. Rick, did you catch any of our discussion earlier about ticket prices and the national championship game with Alabama and Clemson?
I know, and I saw that actually yesterday myself. I was reading the article about that, and it made me think, gosh, I kind of want to go to this game now. That was like my first inclination is, wow, but the only problem is, damn, I'm so far away. That's a good 5.5 hour plane flight from here, and that's a nonstop. Frank, for you, it's easy. For you, you may want to consider taking that little hour flight, going over there, paying $150 a ticket, getting nice seats, going to a national championship game with 2 teams that you normally wouldn't see, because in your area of the country they never show up.
Yeah, but Rick, let me ask you a question, okay? This game in Soldier Field in the first week of January, if this game, let's say, for instance, this game was like the last week of the NFL season where it meant nothing to nobody, and Brian called you up and said, "Hey, Rick, guess what? I just hit a scratch off at the supermarket, and I got us 2 free tickets to this game in Soldier Field." And let's say it was like the Bears against the Raiders, and both of them were out of it, and it was going to be minus 14 with a wind chill factor of minus 22. How excited would you be to fly up to Brian and go to that puppy? I mean, like, would you go there? There's your best buddy saying, "I just want a scratch off. I got us 2 free tickets to Soldier Field, baby." Come on,
Soldier Field for a meaningless game in the end of December.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a nice warm 20 below.
Yeah, well, I'd pass, but if it were a playoff game, I would have to reconsider. If it were this week's game.
Would
you rather go to?
You have to. You have to. So the question I asked before the break is: of these 4 games, which one do you think is the most expensive ticket, and which one would be the cheapest ticket of these 4? I know the answer. I'm just curious. What do you think would be? Or rank them. What do you think? 1 to 4 in terms of ticket cost.
Well, I know most expensive without a doubt is going to be Dallas. It's not even close. You might be able to add the other 3 together per ticket, and it might not be equivalent to 1 Dallas ticket. So Dallas most expensive. Cheapest will probably be Indianapolis, because Indianapolis.
Brian, so we documented Rick.
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston is the cheapest. Houston is the cheapest. The next cheapest is the Chargers, Ravens. The top 2 are Dallas and Chicago, and honestly, they look pretty even right now. Dallas has more expensive premium tickets, but I believe just the minimum cost to get in the gate, by that standard, Chicago is a little bit more expensive than Dallas. So those are the 2 most expensive.
Okay.
Wow. So
I've never been to a Dallas game, but I've heard the tickets are outrageously expensive. But That's just going
Yeah,
by what I've heard over the years.
but doesn't Dallas seem like exciting? You go to this game, it's kind of indoors, beautiful girls, the cheerleaders. I mean, a great atmosphere, and everybody's having a great time. Versus sitting there and let's say you're in the middle of like 9 guys that that look like, I don't know, they look like Ned Beatty, and you have to go to the bathroom, on a Bears drive, and you're just trying to squeeze through. You're trying to squeeze. You can't make it. It's icy, and when you come on, man.
Yeah, and when you finish going, as you're exiting the bathroom, you realize you had to go a little more than you thought. And you gotta get back in line or not. Yeah.
Hey guys, the producer's on.
We got a message from Billy Donlin here, guys, and it's straight off of YouTube, and it's actually for you, Brian. So we're gonna send this to you. He says,
all right.
Oklahoma Brian, are you going to North Dakota at Oral Roberts -3? Any bets you like too?
Well, that's interesting. I do like to always root against Oral Roberts. They're the crosstown team that I hate. And I would I know Oral Roberts has not been very good this year. I don't know much about North Dakota, so it's hard to handicap that. But just out of my own heart, I would be on North Dakota and against Oral Roberts. And that, by the way, is a cheap ticket. They probably would pay you to go to that game. Just promise not to bring a flask or anything in.
And Brian, why do you got such a hard on for Oral Roberts? Is it? I mean, I just personally, like you can say it on the air.
I'll say it on the air. I just think it's they're just a bunch of hypocrites, frauds. I don't know. I'm not a fan of theirs, but
right. But let's say that they were all that. Okay, let's say that because you think you believe that they're all that. But they had 3 guys that could hit 70% from 15-foot jumpers. How bad would you hate Oral Roberts if you had to make a bet then?
Oh, if I thought it was the right bet, yeah, I'm all over.
You might be all over that, right?
Yeah, so it's all the way on the other side of town, and they play an old, miserable arena. The arena seats about 20,000, believe it or not.
Wow.
They probably get about 5% of that in there in a given game. And, it's just a horrible, miserable place. Should not be on anyone's bucket list.
Yeah. Plus, if you're like a young college guy, it's got to be like the slimmest place to be drawn live if you're trying to pick up a girl, right?
Unless you just really like Oral, then maybe there's a place for you there.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, but guys, when we come back, since yesterday, I think we poorly transmitted. Hey, and Brian, I wanted you to think about this on the break. I got a email from Rockford, and he said, look out in the NFL playoffs for not just the Wong and the junior Wongs, but the long Wongs. That's the 10-pointers. The 10-pointers, he said they're very powerful. So let's take a look at those when we come back for 3 minutes. Guys, Fifth Street Sports, we'll be back in just a second.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit, and 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com. That's MYEVOZ.com to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
All right, Fifth Street Sports, folks, we're back. We've had a pretty good show. We're getting back on track. We had Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. Oklahoma Brian, listen, hey, guys. Brian, you know, you're at the dish over here because Rick and I have given out, Rick gave out Towson plus 7.5, Oakland plus 4, San Antonio minus 2. I got Loyola, Maryland plus 5.5. And you're at the dish. Are you going to take a swing at anything?
Well, I matched my one play would have been that San Antonio Spurs game -2 against the Raptors. So I'm going to double down on that, and I don't think I really have anything else that stands out to me. Here, I got one play. Did you, on that Northern Kentucky Oakland game? I like the under.
By the way, the nickname is Norse, Norse on Northern Kentucky.
I said Norseman, so that was pretty good.
Very good. I think on Jeopardy or on Family Feud they would have given you it, but you would have got it because you're close enough. But
thank you.
So Rick, you're matching with Brian. That's a very strong thing right off the bat. So let's double down and make San Antonio double play. What do you think?
I think so. I think San Antonio is the type of play, and I'm not saying to max bet it, but maybe if you're going to put a unit on San Antonio, maybe put half a unit money line, pick -1/4, pick -30, and then maybe half a unit -2. Usually when you have these small spreads, this goes for football too, of 2.5 or less. A lot of times the money line's so low, in the 125 to 135 range. It's almost worth it to play the money line in those situations rather than laying 2.5 points. So in those close games at the end, you don't have to worry about covering the number. You just worry about winning the game.
Yep.
So maybe do a half unit on each of those.
Hey, good point, Rick, and we're gonna double down on that one. By the way, folks, stay tuned for tomorrow. Brian's got a real nice thing on the World Cup. It's going to be played. Where's it going to be played, Brian? In Qatar?
Yeah, that's right.
Qatar. All right, so tomorrow you got something interesting on that. So stay tuned, you guys. We appreciate you listening. Fifth Street Sports. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Have a safe day, and we will be back tomorrow.
USA